What up? Top of the top. What's popping? What's cracking? What's good? What up, family? What up, A? What's up, y'all? JP, what's up, Lady Love? What's up, family? Miss Deja, what's up? Apex, what's up, Colleen? What's up, Faith? Yeah, we back again, y'all. Another day, Thursday. Y'all know we lit out here. Shout out to Rondell's Unpopular Opinion. We did that live last night. And we put that information out. Y'all know what time it is. What's up, Taisha Davis? I'm just cruising this morning, y'all. Taking it easy. Queen Love, what's up, Swirl Girl? All right, y'all. Y'all know what's up. Truly blessed as always. That's right. I see y'all. Y'all know I'ma holler. Today we got some more stuff. Y'all know how I go. Today we're gonna be talking about how Meek Mill sold his mansion to Rick Ross. And we spoke about this before. I spoke about what Meek Mill was upset a couple weeks ago because his mansion was taking too long to be sold. And Rick Ross bought it. But it's some other things going on within that whole situation that I'm gonna speak on and give my opinion on it. Other than that, man, I'm letting y'all pull up. Yeah, what's up, Dramatic? Apex. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the people in the comment sections. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Shout out to everybody that supports this channel. Shout out to everybody that donates to the platform as well as the Cash App. And I appreciate all of y'all. But y'all know what time it is. We about to get into it. Phono Fame Live episode 415. So you know the slogan. Let's go. Rick Ross and Meek Mill. Rick Ross buys Meek Mill mansion, $4 million in cash. Well, you know a lot of this goes to what we've been talking about on how a lot of these people cashing out. Yesterday, we took a look at the underground bunkers people building. I've been showing y'all throughout the months of people selling their estates, selling their property. But you'll notice something else. People are selling their property, but they're not letting you know their new moves. I've been seeing people of a certain caliber, they go into these islands. A lot of people who look like to me are slickly fleeing the country. Or not just fleeing the country, they setting things up where they got other things going on outside the country. This is also what I broke down when we was taking a look at how all of these different celebrities are going to Africa. They're going to different places trying to like reestablish themselves. But anyway, we know we're dealing with an inflation and basically a recession. I understand Meek Mill is not the rapper he once used to be. Therefore, he does not make the same revenue. And I understand why he had to sell that mansion. I'm not, like I said before, I'm not going to say he broke. But I understand Meek Mill money is not like a lot of other people. And people got to remember one thing. It's tax. This is tax week. All rich people have to pay up by the 15th. So I understand what's going on. But anyway, let's take a look at this. This is the mansion that Meek Mill has been selling. It's been sitting forever. Nobody wanted to buy it. And he got upset a couple of weeks ago. And he said that the realtors wasn't selling it fast enough. So he posted it to his Instagram. And nobody still bought it. Because Meek Mill doesn't understand that this is the time. I ain't going to say he don't understand, but a lot of people not just throwing money around like that. Even people who got it. Then you'll see something else. You see how Meek Mill was always running around Jay-Z? You'll see that even when he was selling it, even Jay-Z wouldn't buy it from him. Because anybody with money knows this is an investment too. So I understand Rick Ross probably understand. I ain't gonna say probably. He know this is investment because he bought it for $4 million cash. I bet you any amount of money, this house will be going for more than $4 million cash once he's finished with it. Also understand Meek Mill, Rick Ross bought this house 4 million cash. That's a nice write-off on the taxes. It'll help him get some breaks. So I understand what's going on. But not only that, the thing that's weird about this whole thing, part of why I'm talking about it, is because how many people remember a couple months ago, Meek Mill was going at Rick Ross. He was dissing Rick Ross. And Meek Mill was crying and complaining about how he was stuck in a deal. Remember, Meek Mill didn't have the money to buy the rights back to his music. He was complaining and crying because Rick Ross still had control of his music. But people forget Rick Ross is the one that put him on, took him from the dirt. And you got to remember, when you come in the game, you got to give something up. And a lot of times you're going to give up that first profit because they're going to make sure you get jerked, or you're going to do something strange for some change. But in my opinion, I think Meek Mill did both. And people forget that when Meek Mill first came in the game, when he was real dusty, he was in Atlanta first. He was under T.I. first. He was running around Atlanta first. Don't forget that. So my point is this. Let's look at this. Buckhead Mansion, owned by Meek Mill, bought by another high-profile rapper. Let's look at this. Now, I'm just showing this somebody that's covered. It's a lot of people covering it. Long story short, luxury realtor Alicia Galuli said in a news release that Ross bought Meek Mill's 8-bedroom Buckhead Mansion for $4.2 million cash. So I get it. This is a way Rick Ross is trying to help out Meek Mill, put some money in his pocket. But this is also Meek Mill being a dummy, and he getting pimped again. You know why? Because you was just complaining about Rick Ross jerked you. Now you selling him your house. And he bought your house for the low. Because Meek Mill don't understand the world we in now. Eventually, everything is going to go back up. And this same mansion for $4 million, I guarantee you, it's going to go up probably to at least 8, 10 when Rick Ross finished with it. He going to invest into it. Because Atlanta is the new Black Hollywood. So that means that was prime real estate. But like Meek Mill said, he never even stayed in a home. But that's another topic. My point is this. You was just dissing Rick Ross. And you was complaining about how he cheated you. And nobody want to help you. But what people didn't peep was a couple months ago, they had a reunion. Because it was the Dreams and Nightmares anniversary. And this is something else I want to show people today, that Meek Mill is not the person people think he is. He ain't the person he used to be. Yes, Meek Mill used to be fire. Yes, he used to be heat. He used to be hot. But I'm trying to show y'all, once he got down with them people, he never been the same no more. And in my opinion, he might have been doing strange things when he went to Atlanta a long time ago. And maybe that's how he got the millions. But anyway, he and Rick Ross had beef. He was complaining, saying nobody was trying to help him. He was complaining about a deal that people forget Meek Mill has not had a real hit record since 10 years ago. Dreams and Nightmares was 10 years ago. Can y'all fathom how fast time is flying? So I'm saying that to say that 10 years ago, he made you a star. Now, what you did after that, that was on you. Obviously, you're not a businessman, because I told y'all, in my opinion, all Meek Mill ever wanted was a damn chain and a car, and that's it, a crib, whatever. But he didn't make no business moves. We already know Rick Ross is a businessman. So Meek Mill, you were supposed to capitalize off of that. See, that's another thing we got to talk about, because we know that's trendy in our community. People get in situations where somebody put them on or get them exposure. And then when it's all said and done, that person complains about how they got cheated, jerked, and robbed, and this, that, and the third. I'm going to give people this vision one quick time. It's really basic. When somebody gives you an opportunity, that is all you need. The opportunity is the most powerfulest, potentest thing that somebody can give you. It's about opportunity, because once you have opportunity, that means sky's the limit after that. which simply means the rest is on you. That's why an opportunity is like an open door. When the door is open, you don't wait. When the elevator door open, you don't wait for it to close. You hop your ass on the elevator. That's opportunity. So the reason why a lot of people get broke or they get disgruntled, salute John Shaft. Thanks for supporting the channel like you always do, bro. You already know what's up. Salute, my brother. We're gonna break this down, bro. We're gonna teach you something real quick for those that don't know. Because we know this goes on a lot. That's like right now, right? That's like say somebody wanted to offer me a deal to do a radio show, a podcast. I see the contracts, give it to my lawyer, whatever. It's up for me to decide if I want to do it or not. Now I could do it off two different things. I could do it off the money, or I could do it off the opportunity. Get it? I could see the money and say, well, it is what it is. I already know this ain't what I deserve, but I'm just gonna get this contract out the way and do this. Or I could say, you know what, the money is cool, that's what's up, but I'm gonna take advantage of these opportunities. Meaning I might be dealing with a platform that got many other outlets and big engines that I could politic and become some greater on my own. My point is, you got to know how to hustle, you got to know how to move, and you got to know what you're signing up for. But a lot of people think when they sign to somebody or they do business with somebody, they're automatically going to be on that person level that's putting them on. So that's why on the back end, they always cry about being jerked. Salute, Wax Dog. What up, bro? I see the bros up in here. What's good? What's good, bro? You already know what's popping. It's about opportunity. And anything is see, I'm breaking down that nobody is owed nothing. But then again, you shouldn't expect nothing from nobody. Like I always tell people, if you don't expect nothing from people, anything you get will be a blessing because you didn't expect it. Because remember, it's the thought that counts. But you shouldn't always be thinking somebody owe you something or supposed to give you something. Now, whatever somebody give you, you should appreciate it and run with it. That's how life works. But we in a world of we feel like somebody was owe us something for whatever reason. But never forget, it's not about owing you. It's about the opportunity. Did you have the opportunity to do what you wanted to do? Did you have the opportunity to go to the next level? Did you have a opportunity to get your mind right and expand your ideas so that you can create something? That's what opportunity do. Now, let's look at when we have no opportunity. When you have no opportunity, all your outlets are shut. All your thoughts are boxed in when you have no opportunity. You got a lot of ideas, no opportunity. It's all about opportunity, y'all. We got to remember this. And when you get an opportunity, you're supposed to run with it and never look back. So this is why you always saw me going hard on Meek Mill when he kept popping out in the media, because he was always crying, complaining. Therefore, when he was crying and complaining, I knew his money was funny. You got to understand, in the industry, in these games, in the real world, even in the real world, y'all notice y'all got friends. You notice how when your friends got money, people got money, they don't complain about nothing. But when their money get low and things ain't looking good, they want to call you with bad news, complain. Because when people money is not right, that's when they complain. So when I saw Meek Mill complaining, I knew his money was funny. Then the allegations of him hanging around all of those rich men and the male prostitute rumors came about that Meek Mill was a boy toy. I just started paying attention. And around that whole time, he was crying about this, that, and the third. He was lashing out. Nobody. And then next thing you know, basically Rick Ross said, shut up. All right, your anniversary coming up for your album. I'm going to put some money in your pocket. And they did their little show. And he got some more money back in his pocket. But before that, he was crying. And that was Rick Ross' way of shutting him up. Because remember, he was dissing Rick Ross. But anyway, let's look. Gilly the Kid claims Rick Ross owes Meek Mill money. Claims it is a 1914 slave deal. Now, y'all know Meek Mill is from Philly. You know Gilly the Kid is from Philly. This was Gilly put his nose in their business, or he could have been speaking for Meek Mill, because even Gilly had went back and forth with Rick Ross a couple months ago, and Gilly the Kid was saying that Meek Mill was in a slave deal, basically saying Rick Ross put him in a slave deal, Rick Ross jerked him. But this was Gilly got a peep too. Gilly, you were speaking on their business, but then you'll see right after that, they got back cool, didn't they? Because Rick Ross and Meek Mill, they have a certain relationship. Now, I don't know if it's a father son. I don't know. But I do know one thing. Meek Mill wouldn't be where he at if it wasn't for Rick Ross. So I'm going to say today that Rick Ross is Meek Mill's daddy. That's who he is. He is dad. All right. And Meek Mill going to straighten up when he see dad. You feel me? So check it out. They was beefing. Rick, okay. Gilly the Kid called himself getting in between the Rick Ross Meek Mill beef, but the whole time they were having a dispute. And sometimes these disputes be mostly over money, and some be lovers quarrel. Now, I ain't saying this one right here is a lovers quarrel. This beef is over money. Remember when Lil Wayne and Baby was beefing and Rick Ross put his nose in the shit and then it flipped on Rick Ross? Because why? Baby and Lil Wayne got back cool. Why? They family. They had a money dispute. You got to remember, all of these people are in certain organizations. They in brotherhoods. They are a brotherhood. Yes, they fall out. Yes, they beef. But at the end of the day, they always going to squash it because they leave room to squash it. Because at the end of the day, it's all about business and it's about them against us. So they're always going to patch things in because they all have one job to do. And the job they have to do is to distract the people and stir the crowd, deter people away from what's real. They all have a job to do and and they got to get money and take, you get it? So my point is they always going to be cool. That's why you'll always see when it's all said and done, they always get back cool. I showed you that the other day with T.I. and Boosie, all right? But we know in the real world don't work that way. When you say certain things about certain people, when you go to certain levels, we just going to stop rocking with each other. We're going to leave it at that. But you'll see in this game it's different because they are under oath. And you got to remember, Rick Ross is Meek Mill's daddy. Meaning he taught him the game. He brought him in the game. He put money in his pocket. Now, that's why I say Meek Mill is another one. He was groomed to be where he is. And why I'm saying that is because I understand Meek Mill was high. He was that dude. I'm being real with y'all. But we got to understand this in our brain. That was over 10 years ago. And I'm trying to tell people, Meek Mill ain't who he used to be. He been not who he used to be. That's why now you'll see him hanging around Robert Kraft. Let us ask, what does Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, what does he have in common with Meek Mill? Is Meek Mill his little toy, his little friend? The man who owned the 76ers, Michael Rubin, what does he have in common with Meek Mill? Why was Meek Mill going to exotic islands with these people like he's some type of date? No chick with him. You also see, I'm going to tell you, I said it 1,000 times. You probably can count on your hand how many times you've really seen Meek Mill with a chick. He, to me, is suspect. You know why? Because he's always in his feelings. He's emotional. But not only that, I showed you on this channel, Meek Mill's zesty behavior. We already looked through that. I showed you the zesty behavior because recently, meaning the more he started hanging around certain people, the more he started acting different. And don't forget, when he was in jail, that's when they broke his ass. But this ain't the point. Rick Ross is his daddy. So that's like you was pouting with your dad, talking about how he want to give you no allowance money, and then he gave you some money, and then you shut up. Meaning, this is the same dude you claim jerked you, but then to smack you in the face, he took cash and bought the house from you. Maybe that was the same cash he owed you that he bought your house from you, dummy. Maybe that was the same money Rick Ross owed you, $4 million, and instead of giving it to you, he just bought your house from you and made an investment and put a little money in your pocket. But the whole time, you was, of all the people, why you sell your house to Rick Ross? Because you have no principles and morals. Why would I sell a house to a person that jerked me? That is whole behavior. See, a lot of this stuff be like when a female get mad at a dude. You know how when a female get mad at a dude, she lash out, say stuff she don't mean, and then when that man pull back up and buy some roses or something nice, she forgives him. Well, that's what Meek Mill did, all right? But anyway, now we got to go back into time. And we're going to look at Meek Mill once again before he got a penny and he was on the streets of Philly. And maybe he was a little fruity boy because I got my opinions on Meek Mill, all right? And maybe, don't forget, he went to Atlanta when he was young. And that's really how he started getting in the game. He went to Atlanta. And that's where he started going different places. But we're going to look at how he came up. And like I said, when you see dudes like this is dudes that'll do anything once they get money. Now, if we looked at a lot of our old pictures, I bet you ain't looked that dirty. And not only that, I broke this down before. This proves, I can prove that Meek Mill ain't even had no girlfriends like that. Because ain't no way in hell you had a girlfriend and your braids got like that. All my brothers who rock braids, had braids, you already know what's up. When you got braids, you might have 3, 4, 5 different chicks that do your hair. Your girl might do your hair. And we know from the hood, when it's a dude that walk around and his braids start looking dirty and dusty, we already know that was a dude, he ain't had no girl. We already know that from the hood. That dude, he ain't got no girls. He ain't got no girl at all to do his hair. That's the dude that have a hard time getting his hair braided because he ain't got no chicks. We know this from the hood. But my point is this, I ain't just digging in the past. We're going to look at a person that people follow and think he's real and got accustomed to a person that's really full of shit. And I want to just show people how niggas start off, and then when you see them now, you think they got power because they got money in front of a fucking camera. But these are the same dirty motherfuckers from the hood that are nobody. So who the fuck is Meek Mill? Meaning, yeah, you with Robert Kraft and them now. But what do you really be doing with Robert Kraft and them? Because you look zesty, my brother. You looked this zesty from a long time ago. And this is how you look when you went to Atlanta. Yeah, that's how you was looking. That's how you was looking. And you look, I'm telling you, that boy looked like he been with Zesty. He looked like he been with Zesty. Telling you. Yeah, that's how you look when you went to Atlanta, boy. So my point is this. You think Rick Ross stupid? You don't think Rick Ross knows history? Rick Ross like, nigga, when I met you was like this. Nigga, Rick Ross probably been broke him in. He probably been got broke in. And that's when he started getting money. And at the end of the day, Rick Ross your daddy, and you know when you see him, you're going to straighten up. Because that's the man that made you who you are today. He made you. Get it? See, it's a difference when you a man that got it on your own. But it's different when it's a man that made you. What's up? Who else sliding here? What's up, Kim? I see them shout you out. What's up? Oh, there you go. What's up, Kim? What's the word? You already know what's up. What's up, Juicy Peach? All right. Now let's take a look, y'all. This how he looked when he got with Rick Ross. Rick Ross made you. So Rick Ross looking at him like, man, I'm the one made you a star. Oh, you shit. And he kind of right. Because if somebody give you the opportunity and put you in position to win, the rest is on you. Rick Ross put you on. You started Dream Chasers. Dumbass nigga, you ain't put nobody on. You didn't put out no quality music under Dream Chasers because you just bought everybody in the gang Dream Chasers gold chains, and you had a Dream Chaser gold chain, but you was not putting out no material, Meek Mill. You was not expanding the empire. You was just being a basic rapper, running around, trying to be around Drake, Future, Migos. You was trying to hang with the rap crowd, nigga, like you do to this day. You still go to Mike Rubin parties, them all-boy parties. You still do shit like that. You never was a successful businessman, and you did not build nothing for Philadelphia. If I'm wrong, somebody please check me. He has built nothing for Philly. Because the whole time he been an industry nigga. And he the main one saying he ain't an industry dude. But we gotta remember, Meek, when you first went to Atlanta, you was coming out, you was broke and struggling, and you looked like you probably would have did anything once upon a time. See that? You look like you would have did anything. And you look like you was zesty back then. And I'm pretty sure around that time when you was broke and hungry, you would have did anything for some money. And maybe Rick Ross already know this. And maybe, yeah. See, you started seeing, he started going from ashy to classy. See that? Ashy to classy. That's what money do, y'all. I told people, man, money make anybody look like a star, man. Money gonna make everybody rich, straight. You're gonna be the flyest on the planet once you get money. That's everybody. My point is this. Rick Ross, the one that made you. So the one that made you is the one that can break you. Then you also see when he got with Rick Ross, look what he started throwing up out his hands. I can show you thousands of pictures of Meek Mill throwing it up. And he's throwing up the Baphomet because he's with the Brotherhood. And he probably was doing funny shit back then. I'm trying to tell y'all. I can show y'all pictures where he wasn't throwing it up. See? He was throwing up regular peace sign. He was throwing it up regular shit. He was regular. He used to be regular. But once he got with them people, you're going to see them hands. Every picture he take, you're going to see him putting up that finger pointing to the sky, or you're going to see them horns because he got down and maybe he been got bust open a long time ago. See what I'm saying? So that's why I don't listen to nothing Meek Mill say, because he's a rap nigga. He's an industry dude, and Rick Ross know that. Because if you claim Rick Ross jerked you, why the hell you sell him your house like a hoe? Do you get it? Because Rick Ross made you, and the one that made you is the one that will break you. So now you got to hope that 4 million lasts, and taxes coming up in a couple more days. So it is what it is. You took a loss on that investment. That was a bad investment. That's my opinion, because he could have got more than 4 million for that house. And people got to understand that that's Atlanta, but that house somewhere else would be worth double that. But anyway, Rick Ross already know what's up with that. He like, nigga, I'm your daddy. So here, take this little 4 million, give me that house, and keep it pushing. But really, maybe he was supposed to just give him the 4 million off the rip, because according to Meek Mill, he ain't get all his money. So it is what it is, bro. Rick Ross know who you are. He made you. Don't forget that, Meek. And we already know when you was in Philly, you was starving. You was hurting. And I also understand why Philly loves him. I get it. He from Philly, man. He's supposed to love it. You know what I'm saying? But my point is this. People got to stop loving people that ain't do shit for them, because that nigga ain't do shit at all. But use Philly for clout, like they always do. All them rappers that's from Philly, they'll use Philly up for clout, and then when they get a bag, they leave Philly. That's what they do, just like New York rappers, a lot of them. They all do the same shit. But I shout out the Atlanta rappers. At least a lot of them, they got their money and they stayed in Atlanta. I get them that. A lot of them didn't run. Anyway, Meek Mill and Rick Ross reunite to celebrate 10-year anniversary. See, this was when they united, because when Meek Mill was crying about him getting jerked, and people like Gilly was speaking for him, saying Rick Ross had him in a slave deal, Rick Ross said, all right, being that your anniversary coming up, I'll perform with you. And they did the 10-year anniversary for Dreams and Nightmares, and they squashed the beef. See? That's his bitch. Do you see it? I made you, nigga. I made you. I know you, Meek. Don't play them games with me, boy. I know you. See, I'm the one who brought you in this game, and I'll take your ass out. See? That's his daddy. Do y'all get the game now? What grown man gonna let another grown man talk to them like that? To my brothers, is that not how we talk to a chick when we being flirtatious? Is that not how we kick it with the lady when we being flirtatious? Now let's stop playing these fucking games. Y'all still believe in Meek Mill? You still believe he's a real nigga? Is this what y'all want to represent you? That ain't about that. It's about frauds. It's about frauds. I told you we at war with morals and principles. Meek Mill has no morals or principles. Why would you sell your house to the same man you claim jerked you? Or did you really feel like a hoe because he really did jerk you? Get it? Maybe he had his way with you back in the day, and you was all with it, and things didn't go in your favor, and you got mad. But Rick Ross know the game. He know who you are, brother. This how you came to Atlanta, and T.I. ain't even signed. You was with T.I. first. You was getting passed around, boy. So anyway, keep following these fools. See what you get. That's why we don't care about Meek Mill speaking for no dumb shit. You got to remember, Robert Kraft, Jay-Z, and them, they needed a spokesman. They needed a face for that prison reform. But guess what prison reform really is? Prison reform is just a way to make jail and penitentiary seem more acceptable and more comfortable for all the inmates they got coming in. And prison reform also deals with companies making a whole lot of money, because like I said before, shout out to my brothers that's in jail. Shout out to my brothers that's home, did their time. Everybody that's been locked up knows that most of these companies make a lot of companies make a lot of money from prisons behind the scenes, meaning they make more money off their products in jail and penitentiary than they do on the street, because they overcharge shit and they got guaranteed customers. It's called commissary. Do you know how many companies make hundreds of millions a year worldwide off of commissary? I'm going to be honest with y'all. If we really look at America, the most consumers are people in jail, penitentiary. They buy most of the music. They the ones downloading most of the music and streaming most of the music. I'm going to be honest with you. They're supporting a lot of brands. Like, let's just look at from chips to candy, soda, Pepsi. You get it? People like Pepsi got deals with jails. You get it? Coca-Cola, they got deals with jail, with penitentiaries. Y'all know all of those companies do business with penitentiaries. That's why, what else, y'all peep game? If you notice, most of the products we grew up on as kids in the candy store, when you get locked up, they sell you them same products in a penitentiary. You get it? Because they all in on the shit. You might not buy M&Ms, But Eminem, the Eminem peanuts, they might make 20 million a year just off penitentiaries. People don't think like they don't understand the game. So this is why all these companies are in bed with each other, because they all getting paid off penitentiary. Penitentiaries in jail is the big money. That's the guaranteed flip. Guaranteed flip. That's why all of them secretly got money invested. You heard about Jordan. You seen Jay-Z, prison reform. You think Jay-Z gonna campaign for prison reform if he ain't got no money invested in it? You think Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, ain't got no money invested in penny? Come on, y'all, we gotta use our brain. So that's why they the same ones behind rap music, because rap music is a commercial, or it is the battery to get people in jail that keeps the business booming. See, you can't make a commercial for jail and say, come on, y'all, come on down, come on, get locked up so we can make this money. They don't do it. No, when you want a commercial for jail, you got to put out a nice rap song that promotes killing in it. You get it? That's how this shit work. And all of them are in on the shit. That's how they get paid. Because they understand the best investment you ever really could make is a prison jail investment, because you will never, ever take a loss. Get it? Follow the bag, man. So anyway, that's why Meek Mill, all he did was sell people dreams. He sold people dreams, and they was having nightmares. He sold people dreams that they was going to escape the hood. And he ain't do nothing for them to escape the hood. And he brought nightmares to Lil Snoop mama, because he signed with Lil Snoop signed with Meek Mill. He ended up dead. And a lot of people feel like that was his sacrifice. So I'm showing you, Meek Mill had a label. He ain't never do shit. He's not even musically inclined. He's a fucking idiot. That's it. That was a freestyle nigga. See? A fucking idiot that was a freestyler. That's it. But when you got a costume and you got people putting engines behind you, you're going to look like something. That's why I said niggas ain't, look, pardon my words, y'all. We not going for that shit no more. All right? Either put up or shut up. Let's move on. Quavo prepares to deliver solo album dedicated to Takeoff. All my emotions in this. Y'all saw me post this in the community section yesterday. Why am I showing you this? This is the update. What did I say? I done did episodes on all of this. I told you Quavo and Offset fake beef. I broke down, showed y'all the play-by-play how they was in a bullshit deal. They were all getting jerks. They had to split their money 3 ways. And then once they split it 3 ways, the label got half of that, 50% of that. They were not making no real money, and they were in a slave deal because they had way more albums to put out. So I'm pretty sure they understood we need to get out of this deal so that we can make more money. And it just so happened Takeoff was the one that had to fall. Now you'll see Quavo pushing his projects, and you're going to see Offset trying to push his projects, but they are failing and flopping. Nobody cares about the Migos. The last shine for Offset is Cardi B. Quavo, you already falling, bro. Just being honest. And I'm going to show y'all how they was trying to capitalize off this man death. Quavo, you was the one that started the fucking argument at the dice table. Allegedly, your nephew got smoked like Cousin Harold for minutes, and you ain't do shit. You ain't ride. You ain't send no shooters. You ain't even last shot on the internet. So what's really going on, bro? All I see is you rap clowns keep trying to drop new music, but nobody listening. I put all my emotions in this. Come on, Quavo, man. So you needed your nephew for motivation to drop a new album, bro? But like I said, all y'all rap dudes, y'all was so busy focusing on posting all your money on Instagram, showing off your cars and showing every fucking new chain you bought. But y'all dummies did not create no business for yourself. That's why y'all still out here looking like hoes. Just being honest. But rest in peace, Takeoff. Because in my opinion, I'm going to say it again, my opinion, Takeoff was the hardest spit out of all of them. And he was the most humblest one. Quavo is a fraud. And Offset is a fraud. And y'all all was in a slave deal with quality control. They sold that label for what? 300 million? And now y'all out here looking stupid. That's all that's going on. So y'all gonna keep, y'all about to go, look, they know where they got y'all from too. They know they got y'all, look, Migos, they got y'all from the outskirts of Atlanta. Let's be real. Y'all from the north, y'all from the outskirts. So they pimped y'all ass too. That's just what happened. All right, that's it. So if y'all got smoke, matter of fact, if you really pay attention, Quavo on Offset is not bringing quality control, no smoke at all. That dude P and his homeboy, I forgot his name. They, if you notice, they ain't even bringing them no smoke. They the one, they got jerked. They jerked them boys so hard. But you ain't see Quavo them lashing out at quality control. And them dudes soft. They ain't gonna do nothing. What's up, Rondell? Good morning. They soft. You know why? They got jerked and your nephew dead, and you ain't do shit. So I ain't nobody listening to you, Quavo. I'm gonna be honest. Let's go back to another clown. Some of y'all big homie and big OG, Snoop Dogg. You know the one I cooked like 2 weeks ago and I showed you he's a fucking fraud. All right? Snoop lying is always fucking lying. Snoop Dogg admits he didn't like Tupac's Hit 'Em Up. How many times we heard this nigga Snoop Dogg speaking on Pac when he died? Let me clarify this. Only reason why I'm showing y'all this picture, because you got a peep game on this too. Whenever somebody in the industry wants to trend or got an idea to make some money, they're always going to speak on Tupac and Biggie. All right. From now on, when you hear the word Tupac and Biggie, automatically just think money. All right. I'm telling y'all, whenever you hear somebody say Tupac, Biggie, that means somebody trying to get paid or they about to get paid, or it's all, I'm telling you. That's what those are trigger words now. Tupac and Biggie. Tupac. See, whenever a rapper want to trend, Tupac, Biggie. Whenever you want to make some money, Tupac, Biggie. What's coming out now? The Tupac documentary. Because they make money off the dead. But this is my thing. Now, don't forget, it's a documentary coming out on him and his mother. Tupac and his mother, Afeni Shakur, and both of them dead. But this the kicker that tripped me out when I saw the documentary coming out, because I read the credits. I see Allen Hughes is the one putting it out. For those who don't know Allen Hughes is one of the Hughes brothers that put Tupac in the film. He was supposed to be an original menace, but Tupac beat up the Hughes brothers and they had beef since back in the day. Now, one of the Hughes brothers that Tupac had beef with when he was alive is doing the documentary about him and his mother. Do you see that? That's the Hollywood game. How a man you had beef with could make money off you when you dead. But that's what Allen Hughes doing. And he put out a Tupac documentary because Tupac means get paid. Biggie means get paid. That's what it means now, y'all. Remember that. Whenever you hear the word Tupac, all you gotta do is look at to see who getting paid. When you hear the word Biggie, just look at who getting paid. Y'all remember a couple months ago, Ben Crump got paid off that documentary, A&E. Remember? What was it called? The Killing of Tupac. Some bull. I don't watch none of that stuff. Because I was there, I was around in real time. I don't watch none of that because it's all money grabs. And then they go get all the people that was there. They're going to tell fabricated stories. They're going to pay them a little dollars. That's it. Tupac, Biggie means get paid. Don't forget that, all right? So when Snoop Dogg admits he didn't like Tupac's Hit 'Em Up, that's just some way of still bringing light to him, because don't forget he bought the Death Row catalog. So every now and then, Snoop Dogg's going to always talk about Tupac, Biggie, and Death Row in the beef. That's his hustle now. One of his hustles, all right? Just understand that game, man. Like I said before, we don't care about what happened 30 years ago that you niggas want to talk about now. No, you should have spoke about it before. We don't care no more, all right? Who fucking cares? Let them people rest in peace. Let's move on. Now, this is funny right here, y'all. We got to check this out. This is hilarious. It's hilarious, but it's real. Target security guard punches black woman in reparations fight. She wanted $1,000 in groceries. Now, I want y'all to ponder on this for like a second. Did your brother not tell you the Hunger Games is going on? Did I not say this shit hitting the fan? Did we not just look at the little boys running out of Walgreens with food and potato chips and shit like that, hungry? Told you this shit has begun, my family. I told you. Let's check it out. Target security guard punch a black woman in the face for reparations. Now, look, mind you, look who's posting it. TMZ. What else, y'all? I'm starting to see the blueprint for some more race drama. And I'm going to tell you this too. You got a peep game. You will see every summer is some type of racial event. Every spring, summer. You don't believe me? Go check the dates on George Floyd, Trayvon. Go check the dates on all of them. Mike Brown, go check the dates. You'll see right after the spring, summer, it's going to be protesting, marching, and looting. Go check the date. Because a wise man told me a long time ago, they have to distract black people every summer. That's what somebody told me. Why? I think they said because the summertime is when you're supposed to tap in, and that's when your melanin is at the highest level in the summer. But they say for some reason, every summer, they have to distract you at the highest level. Every summer. So just check the history books, and you'll see every summer, there was something going on, suspicious, protesting, marching, something to get us worked up, always. That's how it worked. From spring to summer, they keep us occupied with nonsense. You feel me? But anyway, let's check this out, y'all, because we ain't done with this yet. And don't forget, Target, it was affiliated with put it like this, Target, original headquarters, Minnesota, George Floyd situation happened, Minnesota. And y'all remember the main thing they showed you was Targets being looted during George Floyd, right? Well, this situation, once again, happened at a Target. And a lot of people feel like and said that Target is with the government, or the government owns Target, one of them. Like it was said to me, Target was one of the first places that had facial recognition. And if you was a thief or on the run and you came in Target, you would get scanned and the police would be waiting for you. So I know it's some suspect stuff going on with Target. But anyway, back to this with this black woman who got hands put on her for stealing groceries, allegedly. Also, I noticed the grocery store looks very empty. So we don't even know right now. This could be a staged event to start a race war, start some race drama again. But anyway, let's take a look. Dramatic new video shows a white male security guard delivered a knockout punch to a black woman who demanded reparations to cover her $1,000 groceries, $1,000 grocery bill at Target, and compare herself to Rosa Parks. Y'all see the fucking joke? It's a fucking joke, y'all. I'm telling you. Now, what's the joke? Keyword. What's the key word in here? That's the joke, family. I'm going to give y'all time to comment on this shit. What is the key word that is the joke within this article? For the smart people around here. And I'm proving the point of what I already said. All right. Well, since nobody said nothing, the key word to this that make it a joke is reparations. This is how they are clowning reparations. Because I told you you're not getting no damn reparation because they're giving your money away. But this is a joke of reparations and a mockery of the black people to piss them off. Get it? Because they threw Rosa Parks' name in it. And when you throw Rosa Parks' name in it, oh shit, you get them civil. Oh, you already know you're gonna get them people. Oh shit. Here go the race baiters about to come out now. The Boulay, all of them, the fraternities, y'all know what time it is. You can't say that about Rosa Parks, they're gonna come for you. But this looking like a recipe, y'all, for racial stuff. Once again, you have never seen Target or TMZ posted like this. Target security guard punches black woman. See, they know that's gonna piss people off. But here's the punch. Allegedly. He allegedly knocked her head off. Allegedly. Or is this a staged event? Is this a staged event to clown reparations and to piss black people off once again and start a race war, a race bait, a race distraction for about another 2-3 months while the economy crashing? Because it's mighty funny. Let's look, y'all. Does that store not look closed, family? So how did this woman have 1,000 in groceries? And why the hell would she go to Target? Now, let's be real. Every thief in America knows that's still out of stores. They ain't got to go to no damn Target to steal groceries. They'll go to the local grocery store near you and just get bit. You get it? We know crackheads been stealing steaks out of supermarkets for years and meats. We know this. And they walk right out. They ain't going to no Target. But we'll see this happen in Target, right? But look how empty it is, y'all. Then he allegedly knows he's on camera and everything and going to put hands on her. That's when Carter hauled off and socked Ivory in the face, knocking her to the floor. Lies. How he knocked her to the floor when I think she was already in a chair. I don't know, but I know one thing. It's funny how TMZ covering this story, right? Because TMZ always got the footage. But look, he hauled off and socked Ivory in the face, knocking her to the floor. Carter then called police, who determined he acted in self-defense, and Ivory was was the instigator. So basically, he said the black woman was the instigator. He knocked her head off, and they called the police because she tried to steal $1,000 in groceries. And she was allegedly claiming that was part of her reparations. Do y'all see this fucking BS? See that? Ivory told police she wanted to have a larger conversation about how money works and how it's been working in our community in a very wrong way. She added, "This is my Rosa Parks moment." Do y'all see this? That's what she said allegedly. She looked like a goddamn fiend. Do y'all see this shit, man? Who they playing with? Who are they playing with, y'all? So basically, this black woman got her head knocked off in the name of reparations and trying to walk out with $1,000 in groceries. And let's use our brain once again, my people. How the hell is a person gonna walk out with $1,000 in groceries when you know if you spent $100 at the grocery store right now, you might not be able to carry all them bags? Do you see this? Told you they think we stupid. I'm here to break them down every time. We know nobody could walk out of no goddamn grocery store. If you filled if you filled a cart up with grocery bags, it still won't be $1,000. Am I lying, family? Because you only can fit no more than $200 to $300 in the cart, and that means the cart's still overflowing. See, when you don't shop for groceries, you don't know nothing. You go for any fucking thing. How you gonna walk out the store with $1,000 worth of groceries, family? Somebody please tell me. So once again, they slipped up. And how did they slip up? They think people so dumb, ain't nobody gonna see through this. Now look. Looking to me like more racial tension. That's brewing because it's about a black woman. And people gonna say that's wrong how he did that black woman. And he ain't getting no trouble. And she the new Rosa Parks. Get it? Like I said, man, BS. But it also represents the mockery of black people doing bad out here and starving that we so low, we got to steal groceries now. But then again, for some people, that might be the truth. But this as a whole is to make us look bad once again. Sponsored by TMZ. So anyway, as you see, she said this her Rosa Parks moment. And he said, well, if you Rosa Parks, take that. Allegedly. He tried to slap her ponytail off. Who knows, man? Who knows, man? I don't get caught up in this stuff because I already know what it is. But we're going to talk about this real shit that I already been talking about. Yeah, matter of fact, I was just talking about Cardi B yesterday making the young girls fast. Y'all was tuned in. Now I got some more fucking proof of what I be saying, and I'm going to keep saying it. 2 Florida girls, 12 and 14, drove 400 miles, turned themselves in after seeing missing alert. See that? Just broke this shit down yesterday. I talk about this every week because it keep coming out. It keep coming out because this agenda. I told you. A 12-year-old and a 14-year-old got in a car to go meet somebody. I told y'all it's a lot of dudes on the internet luring little women, little girls, prowling. I told you predators are moving different. These young girls are super faster than ever. They're looking growner than ever. They're attracting the wrong people. And they are, put it like this, all of the Chesters are now having a ball in America because it is now so easy for them to be themselves. But I want to show y'all because this is something that you couldn't fathom in your mind, right? Now let's look at the story, y'all. 2 Florida girls crossed multiple state lines last week to reportedly meet someone they met online. See that? What I say yesterday. Stop being fucking desperate, meeting people online. That's for grown-ups. What I say for the kids, it is people on the internet right now trying to manipulate little girls and little boys. This is what I was talking about with Cardi. What I say? I said Cardi B strategically went to a middle school. What is the age of middle school? 12, 13, 14, junior high school, right? Who right here thought they was fucking grown? You know why they thought they was grown? Their young ass got in the goddamn car and drove. I've never heard of no 14 and 12-year-old getting in the car driving nowhere. Mind you, they drove 400 miles. Police also said no adult was with the girls and they don't suspect foul play. However, the chief deputy, Captain Lynn Williams, said they believe the children were traveling to meet someone they met online. See that? So what happened was, luckily, they didn't get in no trouble. They never got to meet who they was going to meet because they saw themselves wanted and turned themselves in. Look at this damn picture. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, we in a world now where everything that you never thought would happen is going to happen, and it's already happening. 14 and 12 took their parents' car and drove 400 miles to meet a clown idiot they met on the internet. This is what I was trying to tell you. This is how easy it is for your kids to end up missing because they are under influence and a spell from everybody in the world except for the people that raised them, because they're raised with no morals and principles and no common sense. This right here is scary because they're lucky. And I just wanted to keep proving my point. Every chance I get, I'm going to show you how it's all about snatching up these young girls and young boys. But mainly, they're going for these young women because they're looking at it like this is the new prophet. If they get their hands on one of these young women, they can make them sex slaves for 20 years plus. Things of that nature. And like I said, once they end up missing, you ain't never going to see them again. And this is going on. And what did I say the other day? I said, y'all, the summer's not even here yet. School is not even all the way out. This is going to be going on the whole summer. So I'm just telling you, make sure you check your loved ones and be on their head and don't play with them because they out here doing stupid things, meaning they will meet somebody and go somewhere as far as Kansas somewhere to meet somebody, and they're in New York. But that person showed them some money, showed them a nice house, and said, look, we're going to do this. They got a pool in the back. Well, we're going to do this and that. Or they're going to show them all the luxuries. And they're going to come. I'm telling y'all, man. 12 and 14, y'all, got in a whip and drove 400 miles. See? From Florida to damn near Mobile, Alabama. Bayou Labata, but I don't even know how to say it, but I've been to Mobile before. Shout out to Mobile, Alabama. Shout out to Pritchett. Shout out to the city of Pritchett. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't know when you go to Mobile, it really, I'm gonna be honest. That's what I learned. Mobile really is Florida. Mobile, Alabama really is Florida. It's just a state line they put there, you know, them people. But when people don't know, when you go to Mobile, Alabama, they got palm trees and pretty blue skies and all of that. Very beautiful out there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just showing y'all how they went from Florida to goddamn Alabama. That's the route they took. 12 and 14 years old took their people's car. See that? So this is why you should know from this day on, do not underestimate none of these teenagers. They are different. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no heart to do nothing like that when I was that old, so I ain't even gonna sit here and play with you. Let's go. This relates with the story and what we've been talking about. Rapper Bow Wow claims his mother left him in Compton Hood when he was 6 years old. See that? This is what I've been talking about, that a lot of my people went through growing up. A lot of this got to do with the crack era, the drug dealing era. I told y'all how a lot of mothers back in the day were selling out. A lot of mothers was having kids for money, just like now. But back then, when you was a unfit parent, you really was an unfit parent back then. Y'all know this. We heard rumors of Bow Wow being touched on and taken advantage of when he was a little boy, because we know he was a little boy around the industry. Little did we know, maybe his mother sold him off to the industry. Maybe Bow Wow's mother was selling him off when he was young. You know what it's called? It's called turning your head. Act like you don't know what's going on. Meaning, she might have just took Bow Wow somewhere and said, hey, these your uncles, these your family and friends, and just left them. And shout out to some of my people that might have been through that young, where your parents were just dropping you off anywhere in these strange environments. But I'm here to tell you the truth. A lot of them strange places they was leaving y'all at, they knew what they was doing. And that's why I say, if if your parents was on drugs, you'll see there was nothing, because you got to remember that crack made people selfish. Crack made you selfish. It made them, once they became a crack fiend, they were selfish. They didn't see nothing else but that crack rock. And they would sell out their kids, their mama, anybody. And we also know crackheads are the masters, were the masters of leaving their kids anywhere. Let's be real, y'all. So I understand what Bow Wow is saying, and I kind of feel bad for him, because I understand that even though he still made it, I'm pretty sure he went through a lot as a kid. But don't forget who all ran together, y'all. Bow Wow, B2K, Orlando Brown, because they all share the same stories, y'all. They all been taken advantage of when they was young. They were all pimped out by grown-ass people. That they all was done dirty in Hollywood. See, many of us, we had no clue about what was going on in California and Hollywood. Because I told you, we was growing up, we was young, we didn't know about the gay community. We didn't know about gay and stuff like that. But I guess a lot of that stuff always been going on in certain places, mainly Hollywood. And a lot of these child stars got taken advantage of. We seen Nick Cannon dressed in drag. Orlando Brown told you Bow Wow got some good boy stuff. And he told you Nick Cannon got some good head. And my point is this: you didn't see Bow Wow come for Orlando Brown trying to sue him. You did not see Nick Cannon trying to sue Orlando Brown or send out a cease and desist, because Orlando Brown was telling the truth. All of them been victimized. It's just the truth. But the thing is, was the twisted thing about it, all of them was victimized, but they sold them to us. That's why I said half of y'all, that's 30 was raised off of them. I'm a couple years older than Bow Wow and them, so I was already old enough to not be caught up in the kid wave. But I seen all of their come ups, and I understood that it's what we were saying yesterday. When you got in tune with music at a certain level, you was young. Y'all remember when you was 12, 13, whatever, 14, whatever, you was running to watch 106 in Park. You was watching Bow Wow and them. So my point is, this the program. You take kids, victimize them, and then you get other kids to look up to the kids that were victimized. That's why a lot of y'all that might have been victimized, you grew up watching Bow Wow and B2K and the rest of them. Because all that's a program of trauma. But Bow Wow told you his own mother dropped him off in Compton. Now, and we also know at this time, Compton was really Compton. Anybody could die at this time. So it is kind of sad, but it's good he dealing with it, because this is what I was saying the other day. You got to deal with your childhood trauma, or it would affect you for the rest of your life. You will be a grown man, a grown woman, still a kid in the mind, because you didn't let go things from when you was a kid. But this was my proof that some parents sell their kids out, even to this day. So some parents, some of y'all know y'all kids being extra grown. You know they being extra fast, but some of y'all benefit off it, so you don't say nothing. And you think it's cute. I'm just showing y'all, man. These are the things that was going on. It was regular stuff. Nobody said nothing. And don't forget, after Bow Wow was with Death Row, who he got passed to? He got passed off to Jermaine Dupri. Get it? They all in the game. Big Tigger, BT, the basement. If you know, you know. I was watching. That's what's up. That's right. 106 in Park, BT. Like you said, the basement. Yeah. We was all raised off that. I remember the box. You call up, see the video. That's right. That's when we was running up the phone bill, man. Running up our parents' phone bill, requesting videos, man. I know a lot of people got in trouble doing that shit. Because remember, that's when rap music was at its best. That's when music was great. That's when the video was epic. And you would watch the same video 100 times. You'll watch it 10 times a day and be looking for it to come on again. Y'all remember? Remember, you'll be in the car and you listen to the radio because you're waiting for that song to come on. That's when it was real hit music out. That's right. That's right. That's right. Chris Cross. That's right. There was advantage. For those who don't know, you know, what's up, Sergeant King? I broke all that down on this channel. With Jermaine Dupri, Chris Cross, I broke all that down. How Jermaine Dupri was a groomer too, and he a Chester too. I broke that down on here. Told you when I go into the past is to bring it up to date, but we got to go back into the past because a lot of things we gave it a pass because we couldn't see what was going on. But yeah, shout out to Bow Wow. because it take strength as a man to admit your mother did you dirty when you was young. That alone will traumatize you. Now let's move on. Jamie Foxx hospitalized for medical complications. Family says he's recovering. Once again, we see Black celebrities going through it. And the point I wanted to make in this particular story right here, is it not funny how no matter how rich they are, got the best of chefs, they constantly work out, go to the gym, but they still always sick. Y'all ain't never noticed that neither? They always sick. Or somehow out the blue, y'all been seeing it a lot recently, where a lot of celebrities just been getting majorly sick, got to go to the hospital. So let's think about it, y'all. For real, you common sense. You got the best of money, which means you eat the best of food, you get the best of care. You're supposed to be living the healthiest life. You get to relax, go to exotic islands, your nerves calm down, no high blood pressure. But for some reason, they always ending up sick. Maybe this could have been one of them situations where you get it, where they come and setting the stage. Jamie Foxx sick. Uh-oh. Because sometimes when they go to the hospital, they don't come out. And we've been seeing another routine of Jamie Foxx. They playing games with him in Hollywood. Remember a couple of weeks ago, he couldn't get in a party? There's some funny things going on with Jamie Foxx too. But it's just funny to me how people that's supposed to be the most healthiest with the most money, somehow they always getting sick. But his family says he all right. We heard that before too. Remember K-Slay was in the hospital on his deathbed, and his family came out and said he's all right. He's doing good. Don't believe the hype. Next thing you know, weeks later, K-Slay died. So that's my point with Jamie Foxx. Hopefully he all right. But these are also signs of the Reaper coming back to collect, man. The Reaper is on these people's ass. That's why they got guilt. They are trying to find redemption. A lot of them are trying to clean up their ways, and they trying to deal with truth, and they trying to get their shit in order because a lot of them know they on their way down. That goes for Bow Wow and all of them. They also understand that those big movie deals and big money deals ain't coming in like they used to. Before, they might have had 5 projects lined up for the next 5 years, especially in movies. See that? In movies, especially a lot of my people that tune into this channel that is in the industry, y'all know that y'all already know that. It's deals signed years in advance. So before, Jamie Foxx might have had 5 movies lined up from 2023 to 2026. Now it's not like that. When you are struck, put it like this. When you a celebrity, put it like this. When you an actor and you got to do it gig by gig, like you do a movie, then you got to wait for another phone call, another offer. Those are the ones that end up short sometime. Like those are the ones that got to work extra harder, meaning those are the ones that fall off. See, when you are an actor at a certain level, you already got gigs lined up. So they never have to worry about their next gig. Now, they have to worry about their gig. This been going on a couple years. When I broke it down, that's why all of them are on Netflix, Hulu, because they're not getting no big blockbuster deals no more. Those days are over with. They just can get a check from Hulu, sign a little deal. Now you work for Hulu, whatever. And how many people know that Netflix is blockbuster? How many people know that? Just showing you how corporations and companies evolve. So remember Blockbuster, the same place people used to rent movies at back in the day. Whoever would have thought that when they went out of business, they would be the biggest thing smoking called Netflix? Whoever thought? See that? But anyway, that's that on Jamie Foxx. Money cannot buy you good health. This is another thing that's sad. It ain't sad like I feel sorry for him. It's sad because Martin Lawrence is just now getting a star on a Hollywood Walk of Fame. Out of all that acting, TV show, Big Mama's House, Dressing Up in Drag, all of these shows, Bad Boy, he just now getting a star. Mind you, Ashanti just got one recently. A lot of people been getting stars. 50 Cent. Martin has been acting since the 90s, and he just not getting a star. We also can't say it was a time Martin didn't want to play that game no more. That's when he told us that they was chasing him and things of that nature. And he felt like people were trying to kill him. We also know Martin don't look the same no more. Martin looked like he kind of slow, like he off a little bit now. He looked like he off. I'm going to be real. But It's just funny to me how this man is just now getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. But this also shows you all of them on their last leg, man. That's all this shit is. Let's move on because I'm almost done. We got to talk about this. Malika Andrews and Jalen Rose. I know a lot of y'all don't watch sports, so y'all might not know who Malika Rose is and Jalen Rose. They are hosts on ESPN. And something happened recently, and it's causing an outrage. It's causing outrage and an uprising. People are starting to feel a certain way about Malika Andrews because it is said that Malika Andrews loved to bash black men and paint black men in a bad light. Mind you, she's on ESPN and she always got something to say about black athletes, but people saying she don't never have nothing bad to say about white athletes. One major athlete you got to pay attention to, y'all, that nobody on sports really went in on was Brett Favre. Brett Favre allegedly stole money from welfare that was for the people in Alabama, and he got away with it. And he was a rich man that stole money, allegedly, finesse money. They all chopped up millions of dollars. And he got away with it. And most of these sports people, it's like they were forbidden to speak about Brett Favre. I spoke about Brett Favre on his channel because when it was reported Brett Favre stole that money, allegedly, was the same exact time they had Dirty Water, Mississippi. Mississippi. The same time Brett Favre stole that money from Mississippi was the same exact time they had black water coming out of their faucets. But nobody made that national news on that level. And Malika Andrews, you didn't go in on Brett Favre and a whole lot of others that be doing stuff like that one white man, that white player that was beating on his wife. All of that. They give him a pass. But if it's a black man, they go in. But the point is, this woman on national TV said, Jalen Rose, get your finger out of my armpit. As you see the picture, look at Jalen Rose's fingers. You can Google the clip, look it up. Just look it up. She said, on national TV, get your finger out of my armpit. This man's hand is on her shoulder. So on national TV, she tried to make Jalen Rose look like a weirdo and some type of perv. This man put his hand on her shoulder, y'all. He did not have his finger on her armpit. But that's what she said on national TV. And mind you, she's another mutt. She is black and white. But ESPN, remember one thing, which I forgot to say about Stephen A. yesterday. Even though Stephen A. said Trump ain't a racist, that's not the point. Because Stephen A. also admits and knows that ESPN pays him to say stuff that white people cannot say. So even Stephen A. Smith's job on ESPN is to bash black people. Malika Andrews, anybody black on ESPN of a certain caliber, their job is to bash black people. Or should I say, their job is to say the things that white people can't say, because then it will be considered racist. But when you take a racist slogan or anything racist, if you make a black person say it, it's not racist no more. Do you understand the game? This is what I was trying to tell my people a long time ago, that all of the real racist people pay your people now. The real racist people are corporations and businesses. Anyway, let's move on. Sway Lee from the group Ray Schumer is voting for Trump over Biden next election. Do y'all see what's going on? It's the rapper Sway Lee from the group Ray Schumer. I'm only showing y'all this because you see the pattern of what's going on. A lot of people understanding that Biden and them finessed the deal. Some people starting to see that people are worse than ever. But this goes into the plot what I was talking about, how even the Democrats know that a lot of people are leaving the Democratic Party and jumping ship. The Democrats also know this year coming up, a lot of people are going to vote for Trump. They already know this. This is why I said they understand a lot of things they're trying to do. They got to get it done fast and now. One of the things they're doing is giving money to Ukraine. This is why I told my people, you're not getting no damn reparations. You got to be a damn idiot to believe that. The plot is to starve you out, not give you nothing. That is the plot. Starve you out and wipe you out. That is the plot. So if you don't understand that, anything else you talking is you in a fantasy world. But people are starting to peep game. This is why I showed y'all on this channel how it was many black Republicans in particular, and some white Republicans in Jersey, other places that were ending up dead. Because anybody of a certain caliber of influence is going to go against the grain of Moneybag Joe and them. It's going to be problems. We are watching powers fight. The powers that be are at war with each other. And I told you we are the pawns. We are the spoils. America is not what you think it is no more. The only thing that make you feel like America is the same is the magic tricks they pulling off. Meaning, it's a fake world going on in America right now. The fake world is the world of fantasy where everything is all right, everything is cool, everything is normal. We're going to get back to what we do, but the whole time, it is not the truth. They never said the pandemic was over on national TV. Somebody please holler at me in the chat, because a lot of y'all being here doing y'all thing. Somebody tell me, did they ever announce the end of the pandemic? My point is this. People are in a fake reality. Because in my opinion, we're still in a pandemic. We are in an inflation. We are in a recession. Things is not the way they're supposed to be. We are all hustling ass backwards or working triple hard to sustain. Meanwhile, people dropping like flies. Nothing is getting better. If you cannot see that, you in a fake ass world. So they said the number one thing Jonah wanted to do, once again, I'm going to say it, was to make everything seem normal and keep everything quiet while they do their work. So if you're not paying attention to what they're doing, you're never going to figure it out anyway. That they have been playing the biggest game of flooding the borders, dropping off the drugs, locking all their ass up, putting paperwork on them called PPP people. Get it? These are all the real things that's going on. And some people feel like Trump can stop that. Meaning, y'all know how when presidents come in, one writes laws and one reverses them. They want Trump to come. People feel like when Trump come in, he's going to reverse a lot of this stuff that's going on. But you got to understand that blue party, they ain't trying to hear that because they ran in power right now and they got dominion over America. So therefore, they doing whatever they want to do and what they got to do because they understand things going to get ugly. And also, don't forget, a lot of people was tied in with Jeffrey Epstein, and they holding that over their head, as well as the laptop of Joe Biden's son. So I'm telling y'all, it's getting nasty. And like the Trump supporters say, a lot of people feel like conservatives, they feel like the whole thing against Trump is to slander his name so he will not be able to run. Either lock his ass up so he won't be able to run, or dirty his name up so nobody gonna vote for him. They said it's the dirty game they playing. Now, he can't take that money back from Ukraine. Nope, he can't do that. But Trump could get, only thing Trump could do, he can get Putin to fall back a little bit. That's about it. But like I say, all this stuff is bigger than us. It is bigger than us because right now we all in a point where they're going to all do what they want to do. And all we can do is make the right moves. But yeah, that's what's going on. That's right. New World Order. The world is being restructured. The world is being remixed. That's why we in a new world. That's why everything we see is damn near different from what we once knew or how we grew up. I'm going to say it again. We in a new world order, but the only thing that should remain the same is your morals, principles, and standards. That don't change. But the world is always going to change. Some of us, we don't change. We just adapt. That's the difference. But anyway, that's what all that about. But while I'm on Ray Schumer, and Sway Lee and them, let me also show you how they also was a modern day group that they were trying to pimp out boy toys. And Mike Will made it, put these boys on, and went and got them from down south. I just wanted to show y'all that too. How these are more young boys that they try to turn out. I want to show y'all that too. And how these are also the young black boys they have promoting the rock star life, rock and roll. I broke all that down in this channel, rock and roll, punk rock, all that's white culture. And I also broke down how the gay community has always been tied into punk rock and things of that nature. I also broke down in rock and roll, everybody know anything goes. Sexually, morally, drug, everybody know this. But these are some of the kids they use to usher in rock and roll and rock star behavior to the kids. All right, I just want to try to understand that. See that? Proudly throwing it up because that's what they've been doing. See that? Tell them take their shirts off. Mind you, these are two brothers, but they understood they were marketing them to certain people. Get it? This is called they were getting pimped out. All right. I just wanted to show y'all that it was a chain of events that got us where we at to this day. All right. That infused rock star, rock and roll, punk rock, white boy culture into the black community for those who play the race game. And my white people know exactly what I'm talking about because a lot of white people, y'all grew up on heavy metal, rock and roll, and punk rock. So you know everything these black kids doing now is nothing but a remix. Or you got, if we all, anybody that been around know this, we all know the number one people that had colored hair, tattoos all over, sleeves, piercings, who are who? Rock and roll, gothic. Get it? White people. So I just wanted to show y'all how that shit been infused and accepted in the black community. And this is what was taught to your kids. And your kids grew up on Ray Schummert and NBA Youngboy and the rest of them weirdos. Here goes another weirdo we spoke about yesterday. This is the grand closing. Doja Cat loses verification on Twitter. So she's so high and tweaked out her fucking mind. She cannot stay off the internet. And now she lost her blue check. But she says the blue checks are for desperate people. Either way, I'm starting to see that for real, y'all. All these social media platforms really starting to get played out. That's what I see. A lot of that shit is starting to become played out and it's starting to get boring and it's starting to be like really over with. It's starting to be to a point where if you don't have real content or really nothing of substance, it's fading away anyway. That's my opinion. But back to this, which goes with the inflation, what we've been talking about. Walmart just announced they will close 4 of their Chicago stores in Chicago because they lose tens of millions every year due to stealing. But this been happening at Walmarts all over and stores all over. Did we not look at Burger King closing a lot of these stores? Now you got Walmart, Bath and Body Works. It's a lot of major corporations that are shutting down. But the key thing we got to remember, they only built a lot of these super centers and Walmarts to shut down all the mom and pop stores. See, the whole science of Walmart, why it was a Walmart in every city, community, hood near you, or somewhere within the area, because Walmart put an end to all mom and pop stores. You couldn't out hustle Walmart. Walmart has government contracts. Therefore, everything in Walmart was super low and you couldn't beat their prices from the TVs to the clothes to the food. Nobody in business could beat Walmart prices. And they said that Walmart was used to shut down a lot of mom and pop stores. But now that a lot of mom and pop stores have been shut down, they don't need all those Walmarts no more. For 2, they're about to make it hard for the have-nots. Walmart also is saying they don't want people from the hood coming in there with food stamps no more. They don't want your food stamp money. Also, Walmart is helping people become unemployed. Because if 4 Walmarts close in Chicago, that means there's a lot of people without jobs in Chicago. See that? But they're doing this shit everywhere. It's all part of the program. Now, don't forget, I broke down to y'all and showed you how the owners of Walmart brought the Denver Broncos. So they bought the Denver Broncos, which they're going to make more money, but we'll close some of the Walmarts. We don't need those no more. Because most Walmarts are going to have self-checkout anyway, and they already know you can't have self-checkout in Chicago because they're going to walk out. So we might as well close it anyway. That's what they're doing. All this is science and economics. You got to peep the economics, then you'll know what's going on. So as you see right here, Walmart's closing. That means unemployed. If a person is unemployed, how are those people going to pay their bills? You could be unemployed for too long and end up all messed up because you get backed up in all your bills. Car notes, you already know, electric bill, power, get it? And we know they always say what? That most of Americans work from check to check. So if most Americans work from check to check and y'all taking the jobs, then where does that leave the people? So I'm just showing y'all the real shit that's going on. Things are starting to close. Things are starting to shut down. Walmart closing. Meek Mill selling his mansion. It all goes together. For those who didn't catch what I said about Meek Mill, you got to catch the replay. But I'll give you a brief update. Meek Mill was trying to sell his mansion for months. He couldn't sell it. He was upset. Posted it on the internet weeks ago. But for some reason, now that April 15th, tax deadline, a lot of people got to pay their taxes that are rich. Rick Ross bought the house for Meek Mill for $4 million cash. And my only point of speaking on it was funny because Meek Mill was the main one claiming that Rick Ross jerked him. But then you turn around and sell him your house. And in my opinion, that was the behavior of a hoe. Even Gilly the Kid took up for Meek months ago and said that Rick Ross had Meek Mill in a slave deal. And Meek Mill admitted he got jerked. But Rick Ross said it was Atlantic Records, not him. But the point is, it don't matter because Rick Ross is the one that made you a star and put that bag in your pocket. And like I said earlier, in my opinion, Rick Ross is your daddy. That's why you complained about him jerking you. But then when he did that show with you to celebrate the anniversary of Dreams and Nightmares, y'all got back cool a couple months ago, November. So I'm just showing you the behavior of a hoe or female, because a male acting like a female is a hoe. My point is this. You see, that's what women do. Women get mad at you, and then when you do something nice, they forgive you. That's what Meek Mill did to Rick Ross. He was mad at him, but when Rick Ross did that show with him, he forgave him. And then on the back end, instead of Rick Ross giving him money straight up, he bought the house from him. He caught Meek Mill when he was desperate. And that same $4 million he paid to buy the house might have been the same $4 million he owed your stupid ass. But anyway, I just want to show you a dummy, because Meek Mill deep in his heart knows he has love for Rick Ross, because Rick Ross is the one that took him from ashy to classy. And Rick Ross will always have power over you, because when you first started trying to come up, you was in Atlanta. And there's no telling Meek what you was doing in Atlanta. Maybe you been got popped off. Maybe they been had their way with you in Atlanta. But either way, it don't matter. Rick Ross is your daddy. He is the one that made you, so he can break you whenever he want. So when you go on your little rants, Meek Mill, Rick Ross don't care, because he know at the end of the day you stupid, because you had an outlet and you didn't do nothing with it. Then you want to complain about being broke. And now your ass hang around rich white men and they say you a boy toy. But looking at you back then, you looked like you was very desperate and suspect. That's how you looked at me. See how money changed you? You see how Rick Ross is daddy? See? Meek Mill and Rick Ross reunite to celebrate 10-year anniversary. Mind you, right before this, he was just talking about how Rick Ross owed him money and jerked him and won't let him out his deal. And Rick Ross told the boy, all you gotta do is buy the rights to your music back. And I told you before, Meek Mill don't got money like that, because if he did, he would have bought the rights to his music back. When you got money and you are artist, you buy the rights to your music back, or your project, whatever it is, you buy your rights back ASAP as soon as they give you the opportunity. Meek Mill did not do that because his money wasn't long enough. He was complaining. But anyway, like I said, Rick Ross is your daddy, and you know it, nigga. And he gonna treat you like a hoe every time. See that? And I'm gonna say it again. What grown man let another man speak to him like that? And that's his way on stage and letting the world know you his son. That's what that means. See them smiling? Like, ain't that how females smile when they with their man? Reason why I'm saying that because this boy was ranting in anger and complaining, talking about he got jerked. But now look at him. Just showing y'all how they play games, man. They all play these games. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm about to tap out. Salute to the chat. Salute to my people. Episode 415 in the books. Thanks, everybody, for pulling up. Y'all know ain't nothing but love around here. What's up, Cozy? That's right. Sergeant King. Juicy Peach. What's up, Dramatic? Shamayam Shalom, brother. Black coffee, that's right. Zesty besties. That's what they all zesty besties. I'm gonna say it again. How many times you seen Meek Mill with a bad chick? I'm gonna be honest, when he got with Nicki, that was a publicity stunt. Nicki was just, her career was like, she was just sustaining her career at that time. Remember, she wasn't with Safari no more. She had to get some things decided. She had to put some things together. So yeah, she was with him for a while, but she been peeped. He was a clown and left his ass. And he ain't been the same since. How many times you seen Meek Mill with a bad chick that was his? Have you seen Meek Mill with men more or females? Meek Mill is a definition of an industry dude, man, period. And other than that, don't forget you ain't getting no damn reparations. And that lady was talking about reparations, right? Talking about she won 1,000 in groceries, and allegedly that white man slapped her head off. This your reparations right here. And they doing this right now, knocking people's head off right now. It's called life kicking ass. That's what's going on right now, y'all. That's it. They be playing on that's right. They be playing on everybody out in Hollywood. That's right. That's right. That's right. But anyway, y'all, we just watching them fight over the last of the crumbs. That's it. Once again, you'll see it's nothing going on right now. Everything that is of a trend is of some old or something you don't really care about. There's nothing going on. Because in my opinion, I've seen this coming. I knew once the celebrities' money would slow up, everybody else's money was going to slow up. If the celebrities are not active, how are you going to blog? What are you going to have to talk about? It's not a lot of parties. It's not a lot of, if you notice, there's not been a lot of rap beefs. You know how this rap person or this rapper got punched, this rapper got robbed, this rapper, you notice all that stuff stopped now, right? They're barely getting shows. They have slowed up a lot of their money, man. That's why the smart ones already made their investments in the other things. But all of them that's in them 360 deals, they all about to drop. They all done. They all done. They ain't getting nothing on the back end. That's it though, y'all. Y'all see how the internet's slowing up, this shit drying up, y'all. We in the last days of the internet as we know it. Unless some new rebooting takes place, we at the end of what we already know. YouTube is old now. Instagram is old now. Every platform is old now, oversaturated. Let's be honest. That's it. The world star era over with. People getting knocked out, recorded. That's over with. Everything is over with now. It's old. So I look at that as we at the end of this shit. That's why it's very important to my people that got channels and do their thing. It's very important for you to do decent content because that's the only thing gonna keep it alive. All this trash content is actually destroying it. It's the same thing. If you got the rap game, once they start letting in the whack-ass rappers, you see what happened to the rap game, don't you? Well, it's the same thing in all forms of entertainment. Once everybody's making trash videos, guess what? It lowers the stock. It lowers the value. The better the content, the better the personalities, the better. No matter what it is you're doing, if you put real work into it, it's going to sustain. But most of this trash is the reason why things are crumbling right now. That's just a fact. Oversaturation. That's what we're looking at right now. So that's why a lot of y'all not getting no entertainment because it's trash. People not putting work into giving entertainment. And people do not have creativity. Meaning you can have money, you can have a platform, you can have swag, you can have a whole lot of stuff, but you ain't got no creativity. Therefore, what happens? People going to get bored. And that's what's going on right now. You seeing a residue of a lot of shit. That's why it's not good to brag about how long you've been around if you ain't changing shit up. Because you really saying you're becoming a dinosaur and you're starting to fade out. Because you've been around forever, but you ain't doing nothing new. That's the difference. You same old shit. People tired of that shit. That's it. Salute, Rondell. Once again. Like I said, me and Rondell did a live last night. We gave out a lot of information. And hopefully y'all tap into that, and you should already be subscribed to Rondell's Unpopular Opinion. That's my partner in crime on this internet thing. You feel me? We come at them people head. We gonna tell y'all what they don't want you to know, or what they hope you miss. Because never forget, one of the rules of the so-called devil, he always gonna tell you what he do before he do it. He gonna make you an offer. He don't do shit behind the scenes. They do shit behind the scenes, but they do shit in your face to get. They do things in your face to get you to tune in. They do things in your face so you be aware of what's going on. But when they get to work in that magic, they do that behind the scenes. Like this whole orchestration of this black woman getting smacked over reparations, I think they planned this out behind the scenes. Because in my opinion, they trying to start another race riot. Woman accused of stealing, store empty as hell. This shit look closed to me. This store look closed to me. It looked like a staged event. Mind you, this woman claims she Rosa Parks. Oh man, y'all, but I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I'm about to get out of here for real this time. Y'all have a good day and enjoy y'all day, man. Keep your mind right, stay focused out here, man, and just do what you do. On that note, for No Fame Live, episode 414, we did it again. Y'all know I'll be back. Y'all stay tuned. We out.